Okay, so 6:30 is past already, so let's press ahead so we can tackle the first formalities. I will put the minutes again so you can all access it and possibly register your attendance. It's like starting from line 35 for the attendance. Okay, welcome, Carl. Mm -mm 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 -mm. So the first point of order is, as usual, the election of a meeting chair. Is there someone who would like to do it, or should I fill the role? What do you guys think?
I think maybe not now, but Carl, you should share one bird meeting before you die.
Don't force him.
No, not really.
Okay. Okay, so unless someone else has a remark or a
Sorry for
suggestion.
being a bit late.
Hello, Sarah. Unless someone has an objection, I will write down that I am considered to be the chair of this meeting. And then I can leave you to discuss who should be taking minutes. So Alexander volunteered to help us doing that. And Alessandro, do you think you could be helping him out?
Yeah, for sure. I already started. So Alexander, feel free to help with the.
Yeah. I will. I mean, it's my first time doing it, so I'll try to.
Yeah.
Go
Just
with
follow the. Yeah, just follow the flow and
Okay.
just connect to the Etherpad link that Florian posted in the chat, and whenever I miss something, you complete, and vice versa. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, unless someone has any remark, we can consider them to be appointed as minute takers. And then we move on to the approval of the agenda. So the person who's writing in pink is writing in the agenda, not into the minutes. And the person who's writing in blue, purple is doing the same.
Yes, thank you, Chair.
So yeah, the agenda starts at line 56. So from line 56 to line 96, basically, this is the agenda. And then the minutes start at line 100 something. So I invite you to have a look at the agenda from line 56. See if everything is up to date. Or if you forgot to include something. But I think we are covered because I saw the points you added, Alessandro. And I'm not sure of anyone who wanted to add something.
Yeah, I already added mine.
So then, if this looks good to you, you can directly vote to approve the agenda, starting from line 115.
Are you sure you don't need any other decisions for the council meeting? Have you double checked that there's nothing you need to decide now?
So when I checked, there was nothing. I asked Alexander, he didn't bring up anything, neither did you. So I'm considering that we got things covered. If by the end of the meeting we forgot something, we can always discuss it under other business. And if tomorrow we notice we forgot something, we could have a speedy decision with the offline voting.
Okay.
But I think the most critical one is to affect the budget line to you, and that's inside.
It might be worth at some point to ask the Secretariat for input into the work plan. I think last time we put someone responsible for the work plan. I don't know if there's a draft already, but that will be in the...
So we could wait to discuss that further, but basically the person in charge of that is me. I haven't done anything yet, and I was planning on coming to you to discuss that.
Okay, excellent. Then let's talk about it under the review point.
Yeah. Okay, so once again, the agenda vote is on line 113. We are missing Sarah, Carl, and that's pretty much, yeah, that's it. Sarah and Carl, please, 113 for the agenda. Thank you, Carl. In the same movement, we could approve the minutes of the last meeting. I don't know if you need some time to read it. Best if you would have done it before. On my part, I have already reviewed them, so I will directly cast my vote on line 123. And good job for the minutes takers, because yes, there was no decision taken in between the meetings. So then once we have sorted these formalities, we can get in the thick of it. Okay, thank you very much for your vote. So we are jumping directly into the decisions without discussions, which is the time and place for the next board meeting. So according to the schedule we decided, the next meeting is currently set to be held on the 28th of December. And I will also precise 6:30 CET.
Give me a moment.
Yes, so please check your agendas.
Yeah, for me, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. Anyone else?
Fine for me too.
Okay,
I will be at my parents', but I think I will be able to just jump on a hour-long call.
you can use it as an excuse as well if you want to have some
Yeah,
alone
but then
time.
we will probably talk about the council meeting as well, right? And I should probably be present. So yeah, no, it's fine. I'll let you know if there's any issue.
Yeah, we can always schedule in between if there's a big thing preventing you from joining. But yes, please formally confirm on line 152.
Will do.
So this way it's crystal clear. Okay, so let's start discussing already the 20th council meeting preparations. The agenda, we can directly vote. Well, I mean, basically all the points with me, you can write that it's not done yet. So that will be the work plan, the elections, the agenda, the minute takers, and the meeting chairs, and the invitation. Although some are easier than others, I don't think it's too critical yet, because the documents, the sensitive documents, needs to be sent by the end of December. And what is most important now is that we dispatch an invitation to the council meeting itself. This can happen at any time with a basic draft agenda consisting of mostly the elections which will be held. The only thing is that I need to coordinate with MAB on the event ticketing thingy, which could be dispatched as soon as possible. But yeah, that's my report on my tasks. I didn't do them. I mean, I mostly thought about them instead of doing them formally.
Oh, thank you for the report, Florian.
So next we have budget thingies from Alessandro, and we will discuss them in the next point. So all that is good. Thank you, Alessandro.
Welcome.
I don't want to mess up your nice little thing. Then we had the coordination of logistics. So I think, Millie, you have something to say on this.
Yeah, thank you. I have spoken to Fabio, who is the link from the Slovenians and the secretariat team right now, and they are already preparing some recap documents. The only thing is that I can't access it now, so once I have some access, I will just send it to the board chat. But basically, the Slovenian team secured a place for Friday and Saturday. They agreed on some specific topics with the Marketas team for Friday event in a way that it is useful for both of the teams, especially for the Slovenians because they will have elections next year. And then they will process in contacting people to contribute to the chosen topics. I cannot remember what the topics were precisely, but it will be in the recap document. And then they put some budget on food and photo and audio support. The Slovenian pilots agreed on helping with the council meeting, so like setting it up and doing minute taking and so on. So that can be quite helpful for us. And then for Sunday, there's nothing much decided yet, but they said that the offices can be at our disposal as well. Apparently they have some new building occupied and so on. And then the Slovenian Pirates want to cover everything on the first day financially. And then apparently they need 3,500 euro to be secured from somewhere else. There's some exploration on the accommodation options. So that's either for us or the guests. And then I've got a few questions for the board.
So do you want to send these questions now? So Alessandro could maybe start replying to them with his intervention? Or would you send them in the board chat, you mean?
No, I wanted to tell you like right now, but Alessandro can go first.
Yeah, okay, Alessandro.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, me. So first day is already secured financially speaking by them, and then for the additional 2 days we need to, or 1 day actually, they need to find somewhere else 3,400 euro.
So that's what I understood, but maybe it will be worded differently in the recap document.
Okay.
Well, at least like foods they wanted to secure and so on, you know, that kind of thing, and the place for Friday.
Okay, I got it. Because I mean, yeah, because I mean there is also a point in agenda. We will discuss it later. We can probably divert all the money that we haven't spent in the budget line of the board managing expenses, but it's only 1,500
I
euros.
need to disconnect for a moment. I'm on a bus and I have to basically take everything off and put it back on.
Yeah,
I'll,
okay, no problem.
I'll reconnect as soon as I can. But
So that's why I asked if it's for the whole day, the whole event, and something is already covered, or we still need 3,000.
I will make it easier. They actually, my first question was to ask about the money coverage for the 1,500 euros. Like whether we will give them the 1,500 or not, and then map is.
Mab, you can speak yes now.
Okay, I think I can clear some of this up, but not all of it. Yes, the budgeted 3,000. The budgeted cost for the Saturday alone is 3,500. From your point of view, just forget that Friday exists. You don't have to worry about the content. You don't have to worry about the costs. You don't have to worry about the planning. It's all sorted out between the Secretariat and the Slovenian Pirates, since that is officially not part of the council meeting. So you only have to worry about the Saturday. And for that, the budget cost is 3,500 euros. There are some things that are flexible there. 1,000 is food based on 50 people. And that we will charge the people showing up. So there will be a fee for food to be at the meeting. And that will be part of the sign-up page. So we will know exactly how much people are beforehand, so we can cover the food. And then we will set up the crowdfunding that we're in the process of setting up, and we will crowdfund for the event, a specific crowdfunding in accordance with the rules for
Donations.
For donations as we agreed when we set up the
The
Secretariat.
policy, yes.
And the idea is that that will cover all the rest. Now, we're not certain that we'll manage to cover all the rest, and that is why we're asking if we can use the 1,500 in case we fail to cover all of it. So it's not that we will automatically use those 1,500, but if we don't manage to secure all the money we need, then that would be our security blanket, so to speak. I hope that answered everything.
Yeah, I think that was good. Does anyone else want to react? Or do you still have something to say, Millie?
Yeah, I've got a couple more questions like outside
Yes.
the finances.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm supposed to ask for the agenda for Saturday, but we will be covering it in the minutes anyway. And then I'm supposed to ask if anyone from the board has any accessibility needs. And if yes, then if you can tell me in a DM or something like that, so we can manage that. I will probably ask separately Bell as well. And then there's a accommodation question just for the board and whether it's going to be reimbursed by the board and whether we want Slovenians to sort out the accommodation for us as well. And that's it. Thank you.
So I maybe have one remark about the accessibility. Did you already touch on that with the Secretariat volunteers who are planning on coming?
The accessibility?
Yeah, because maybe they will be in need of accessibility needs.
No, the question is for the board only.
Okay, yeah, but my question is was it
Don't worry
also
about us.
taken into account?
No, don't worry about us. The question is, do you have any? Don't worry about us.
Well, I am still allowed to ask a question, no?
Sure, but Millie can't answer that because we haven't discussed it. She needs to know if you have any. So, I mean, you can send a question to us and we can get back to you eventually, but that is not something that is really relevant here and now, I think.
Alessandro?
Thank you, Chair. So my first question is before asking with accessibility issue or not, is who is coming? Because the accessibility issue will be for the people who are coming, not for the people who are not coming. So my question is, do we already know who is coming? Because, for instance, I know I already booked the hotel. I will come with my family, so I will come and I have no accessibility issue at all. But who is coming? This is my question.
Well, okay, I'm coming personally, and I don't have any accessibility issues.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure yet, but I don't have any accessibility issues.
Do we have anyone who is present currently who has accessibility issues of any kind? I don't either.
I mean, you don't have to say it out loud here. That's the thing. Because
No,
it can
but
be
yeah, but the thing
similar.
is that my question was more general. Who is coming? That is then accessibility or not. That this is you can tell to Millie if you don't want to spread the word everywhere. I mean, but the thing is, I'm more interested who is coming first. So Florian doesn't know yet. Millie, you're coming. Carl, are you coming? Mab, you're coming. Bo, are you coming?
I'm expecting to.
You're expecting to.
Yeah. So unless something goes wrong or there's some issue at work,
So 80% you're coming.
yes.
Carl, 50%, 40%, just to have an idea. I mean, you'll decide later. Okay. But before the council, right? Not after the council.
Okay, so the answer to the question is basically, to our knowledge, no. But if anyone needs something, we can always reach out to you.
Yeah.
Do you have another question, Millie?
Yeah, sorry. The last question was about the accommodation, whether it's going to be reimbursed for the board and whether we want the Slovenians to sort it out for us as well.
On my end, I think that if I can sort out group accommodation, that could be a good idea, because we don't all know how it is on site and how we can best plan ahead. But then for the reimbursement, especially if we dedicate the emergency line to the council meeting itself, I'm not sure about our reimbursement, and I would say, I mean, on my end, I don't think it should be considered, but we could have a vote on it.
As before, for my side of things, I can travel at my own expense.
Alessandro?
It's better that the money is used for someone who needs it.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, the thing is, we have this 1,500 euro for the emergency. The problem is that if we put all this money at the organization's disposal, we don't know how much money it will be taken. So we cannot decide first to use them for reimbursement as well. We could probably decide after, but I mean before it means that probably, I mean, we cannot put all this money at the disposal of the organizer. So I would prefer as well to put all this money for the organization instead of and nothing for the reimbursement before the meeting. Thank you.
And Mab?
Yes, so the Slovenians are looking for a group booking at a nearby hotel to get a discounted rate. And once they have secured that, they will need to know how many from the board are coming and want to stay, or rather, who from the board are coming to stay at that place. And then, you know, whether the board pays that individually or you take it from the council organization, that is not something you need to decide now. And you can also wait with that decision until you see how much money we raise for the events. If we cover all the money, well, then maybe you can decide to use some of the emergency money for that. If we don't cover all of the money, then you might decide not to. The only important thing at this stage is to know how many of the board wants to stay at a hotel where other delegates, the MEP team, and the secretariat will be staying. And you can, when you make your travel plan, please tell Millie as soon as possible so she can collect all the numbers from the board and send to Fabio, who will pass it on to the Slovenians. That is basically what you need to know about the hotel.
Okay. So thank you for letting us know. I suppose this can be sorted out later in the board chart by GMs. But basically, Alessandro has sorted it out already, and both Cal and me are onshore. Okay, so I think that concludes the review of the preparations.
Yep, that's it. Thank you.
And then we move on to the affectation of a board emergency budget line to the council meeting, as was explained before, in order to provide a safety blanket for the funding of the event. Is there anything which needs to be added, or could we directly move to voting? Now is the time to speak.
Maybe we can write down the proposal so it's clear for the minutes, for the records.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I was genuinely thinking, oh, I already voted for this. Oh, okay.
Yes, you did, and you still don't remember, right?
Okay, I wrote it down. So by the silence, I suppose there are no remarks, and we can go ahead and move on to the voting. Starting from line 170, 172. Now. Thank you very much. Now on to the next point, which is opening of a statutory working group. So the basic idea is that we need to refresh the statutes to be in line with the new laws. We couldn't do it in the last council meeting, so we will do it again. Following some discussions, maybe some things need to be added. For example, it could be useful to have some board procedural rules precise there, because by law, we have some constraints on meeting organizing, for example. So we could decide to add it onto the proposal. Then I also know that Alessandro, following discussions in the board chat in the past weeks, mentioned wanting to have a look at the statutes to streamline some things. Do you remember precisely what the issues were, Alessandro? Do you want to touch on them? Because I think maybe that could be a good way to start and discuss them.
Yeah, I did it several times, but now I don't get it. But still, I will check. It was something related to yes, now I remember. Yeah. It's this procedure of having the full board re-elected every year, basically. So the thing that I had in mind is just, for instance, we could eventually move to a switch like that for maybe, I don't know, the half of the board is renewed, for instance, every year, and the other half every 2 years or 3 or whatever. I mean, just to not to have to change all of them. And then, for instance, the legal representative, mainly the for many for many public administrations is basically the chairperson, even though we have this fantastic stuff that we can we can appoint everyone that is legally represented, but some organization or some public administration wants to have the chairperson, for instance, also in the paper. So if we change it every 12 months, we have to rechange all the papers every 12 months. So just think like that. I mean, thinking about this, but it was one of the stuff was this one, because I feel the pain. I feel the pain to have, and basically because this will reflect if you're looking for our last 5 or 7 years of boards elections, we see that we have almost every time half of the board that is continuing to give some sort of continuous flow, and half of the board has been almost always renewed. So that was the point, actually. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that would be typically the kind of thing we could open in discussions. My idea is that we should have a proposal, a definitive proposal by the end of December at the latest. For now, after this meeting, we could open a thread in the discourse, so people can also give us their ideas, and we can discuss them out. Maybe in 2 weeks, a quick call between all the interested people, so we can continue the discussion and flesh out the draft. And then the boards, maybe me and Alessandro, because we are mainly interested in this, but feel free to join. So yeah, the board will put it together and make sure that it's sent out for the council meeting. When I mean the board needs to make sure it's sent out, I mainly mean me, but yeah, anyone's input will be welcome. So we can already try and think about the future as well, with input from people outside of the boards inside the forum. So that will be the proposal. Do you think it will be a good idea to open such a little group in the months ahead, or not? Or do you prefer to be silent and directly vote? That works as well. Yes, Mab?
I had a look at the statutes, and there is a little bump. You need to send out a proposal 4 weeks before the meeting starts, but the proposed amendments to the Articles of Association must be attached to a notice calling the meeting of the Council. That means that if you decide to make other proposals for statute changes until you've agreed on those, you cannot call the Council meeting.
Can you repeat
The proposed
what the problem is?
So you have to formally call the Council meeting at some point. That is when you send the email. That's the invitation that you've been drafting on. You cannot send that until you have the amendments, because they need to be attached.
Yeah,
so
but
any statute amendment need to be attached. That means that we can't formally call the Council meeting until you're done with working on statute changes.
Well, I mean, can't we call the meeting with a bare bones agenda, and then?
No, you cannot officially call the meeting unless you propose. Well, you cannot decide on statute changes unless the proposals have been attached to the calling of the meeting.
Well, so the way we do it is just save the dates in between then.
Yes, you could. I would advise you to not do that and formally call the meeting, because it's a physical meeting. People need to travel. If you save the dates, but it's not certain, it could in theory be changed. For me, I mean, it's entirely up to you, but you can't call the meeting until you have all the amendments ready.
Alessandro?
Yeah, Bob, you're right. But the thing is, if we already had the board decision that the meeting will happen, and also all the organization machine started already for that last weekend of January, even if we send out the official call of the meeting the 4 weeks before, I guess this is the time. So basically the first day of the new year, everyone, I already booked in advance. I mean, not 2 months ago, but 1 month ago, the hotel. So this, I mean, because the minute we decided with the board, I booked the hotel. So basically, yes, you're right. We should announce it also formally. The sooner the better. But if we have a better reason not to do it, and we need all this additional month, that is December, to sort out something, we can. Mab is correct. Yes, Sebastian, Mab is correct. But the thing is that we are also in the right path, so we can wait, attach all the perfect amendments we would like to discuss and put it at vote in the next council meeting, and then call for the meeting, a meeting that is already basically in place. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Alessandro. I also think it will not be too problematic to send the full agenda and document a bit later. But we could already send out the registration forms and tickets, ticketing system right now. It's like it will happen. It will happen on the 31st. We have not sent the official email now. We can send it later and have an official email sent in the interim, but I suppose it will be clear for everyone that it will happen at this date in Ljubljana. Okay, so I'll write down the proposal. This way we can move on to voting. If you have something to say, don't hesitate to raise the hand. Yes, Alessandro?
Yeah, while you're writing, I also would like to point out that if we are waiting for the next board meeting to send out the official call for the council meeting, it would be much better, so we can also attach not a draft, but of course everything is in draft, because the real document that will be approved, it will be from the council. But from the provisional, especially from the provisional 2026 budget, because you will see later on that I have a proposal just to renew also a bit the budget that we already copy and paste for years without basically spending any money, and the money are still there, and I don't think it's a good idea. But I will talk probably to the proper point. But still, I mean, there is not only one reason to wait for sending out the official call. That was my point.
Okay, so I wrote down the proposal. Basically, I made sure to include the deadline in it, meaning that the week of the 22nd of December, which is ahead of a 4-week deadline, the board will open the voting on the document to be sent. Has anyone something to say on this, or do you feel comfortable voting now? With the silence, I will then invite you to vote on line 184. Thank you very much. We can then proceed to the opening of a bank account. Do you want to touch on the subject, Alessandro?
Yes, thank you, Florian. So basically, there is an issue with the current FIO bank account that we have used so far. The issue is that even if we appointed Marketa to be the legal owner, not representative, but owner of the account that she is, the bank suddenly decided that this is not enough. So they requested basically all the Luxembourgish official registration. Probably this also has to be translated in Czech and legally, formally validated, so with an apostille. Plus, also the document, a written document by me or by the chair or by anyone that can legally represent the association that is appointing her to be the legal owner has to be created and then legally translated in Czech and then sent to them. Literally physically sent to them, or you would pick up a flight or a car, or no other means are allowed. And meanwhile, it turns out that our bank account has been restricted, so we can receive the money, but we cannot spend the money. We cannot take any money out from there. So I spoke with Marketa several times, and she suggested also she would like to be, discharged by this service that she has been done proudly for years for many reasons. But I think best option we have on the table is to open a freshly new account. Plus, I checked it and I asked her to check what if we do not fulfill any obligations to FIO Bank. Can the bank transfer the money to the new account? The answer is yes. Yes, once we provide them the new bank account, legally registered for the same organization, meaning us, and the Marketa will sign a document that allows the bank to transfer the money to the new bank account. They will transfer all the money we have to the new bank account if the owner is the organization. So of course, the sooner we do this, the better it is, because we have some little expenses. One is to pay the invoice for our IT provider. It's almost 50 euro, and the invoice is there, so I have to pay it. Of course, one thing, and also we have some IT services to be ramped up before the end of the year. These are peanuts, so I don't worry about it, because one way or the other, I will personally provide by myself as a donation. So nothing that cannot be solved or sorted out. But anyway, the sooner we have it, and the better it is. Thanks.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yep, thank you. I think it's a good idea to create a new bank account, but we also need to consider the KYC requirements, or in our case, the KYB requirements, so that we don't run the risk of, having the account restricted again. So just
Yes,
a
ma'am.
reminder.
Oh, sorry, Sarah. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, just a reminder to check that first thoroughly.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I wanted to say.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, perfect. Thank you, Sarah, for that reminder. We've already instructed our deputy team leader for the new finance team to look into potential bank accounts in Luxembourg, because that would be the same country as we were registered, which would be easier since we always need to adapt to Luxembourgish environment. We figured having the bank there would be a good call, and also they're very used to international banking. They all speak English, so it would be easier regardless of where people are located. But most importantly, the organization is legally registered there. It makes sense to have the bank account where we're legally registered. So our deputy team leader finance is looking for the options. They're looking for a bank that meets all our requirements. And what I think would be needed is a decision from the board to delegate to the secretariat to set up a new bank. New bank account. That would be the best, or delegate to me, or the secretariat is basically. So delegate to me to set up have a new bank account set up, and then I can make it happen. And by me, I mean my finance team, because I will not do it. It all went super silent after I spoke. Are you still talking, or are you all silent?
No, I'm silent because I'm typing out the proposal, but thank you for the precisions.
Okay, yeah, because I was worried I was speaking into the vacuum of space there for a moment, because I said something and then it was just quiet. But then good that you heard me.
I also wrote in the chat, Mob, you're not paying attention.
Okay, so I wrote down the proposal. Do you guys have something to add, to rephrase? Is this okay? Okay, I think this is good then. So you could decide and vote starting from line. Yes, Mab? You're still muted, I think, Mab.
No, we're not.
Sorry, once you're done voting on this, I would want to say a procedural thing.
So we're not done yet, so please vote on 196. But then you will have the floor, yes.
Oh, sorry. I don't want it to be asked the secretariat, delegates to the secretariat, so we get a mandate to do it.
Yeah,
So
correct.
please change asks to
it's
delegates.
delegated. Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. So I just saw your 2.3, and I realized your decision there is bonkers. The board approves the constitution of a working group which will examine potential amendments to statutes. The board will agree on the document for statute changes to be sent on the 22nd of December. So, but you haven't constituted the working group. You just approved that you will. Will you select that working group at next meeting? Who is that working group? How do you pick people? If you want to have a working group, you need to decide who is the working group, or at least who leads the working group. That's just my 2 cents. I wasn't really paying attention to exactly your decision until now. Sorry for not reacting sooner, but I mean, from that decision on line 182, no one will be any wiser about who is supposed to do this work.
Yeah, it was more or less implied by the discussion, but not written down in the thing, which it would have been me and Alessandro in charge of it.
I mean, my 2 cents is if it's not whatever it's not implied, it's not important in my opinion here. It's the thing is if somebody wants to participate, can ask the board, and we can decide later on within the board channel we among us will participating. So that's. I mean, yes, you're right that explicitly it would be much better, but I will not reopen the vote.
Yeah, I mean, I get the concern, Mab, because it's not explicit, but at least in my head it was explicit that I would be doing it.
Nothing said in words at meetings is explicit unless it's in the decisions, in the minutes. Anything else you say is just talk going on at the meeting.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, but still, I think that what we decided is good enough to move forward.
Okay, what does the board will agree on the document for statute changes to be sent on the 22nd of December? Does that mean that the document will be sent to the board on the 22nd of December or to the members after the board has agreed on it?
It will be sent after, on the 22nd is the date where the vote will be open.
Okay, well, as long as you understand that, yes, that is fine. It makes grammatically no sense to me. But if you're happy with it, I wanted to flag that statute changes are quite important things. If people want to look at the procedure to how you got there, then this decision doesn't really explain much. But I don't want to take up your time. Sorry for that. That's just a detour. Feel free to disregard my comment.
Moving on to the next point about the general accounts and the draft budgets.
Yes, may I?
Yeah,
So
go.
very quickly, I put the links there. One is because actually, yeah, I've just started to speak. May I finish?
Well, you can finish or give the right
Okay.
to speak to Mab
Yeah,
as you'd like.
I mean, if it's related to the previous points, maybe.
No, go ahead, Alessandro.
Okay.
Talk.
So
Like
it's
you decide.
okay. So another additional drawbacks of this view bank is that I cannot access the Fio bank account anymore with my internet bankings that I set up this summer because Fio bank is for many reasons unable to send SMS to any other phone numbers that are not Czech numbers. So at least my Italian numbers is not working. I wrote to them. They told me, it's your business, not ours. Okay, so I can change it. Yes, in a Fio bank representative office. So this is a no-go. So I cannot add. I cannot actually be able to log in anymore. So what I've done is just for hopefully it's 1 year, so it's just everything that is in our transparent bank account is actually the annual 2025 account. So you can see there all the movements. So basically, we have been able to got all the, that's incredible, all the fees. We collect all the fees and also all the past fees, and also for the new members that is party of Romania. I think I'm pretty much satisfied. I don't know what you think about it, but I'm pretty much satisfied about it. And also, we spent only one one thing about PPS, and as I told you before, if we will not be able to change the bank account before the end of the year, because I want to be that payment will be within this budget, I will personally pay the only missing invoice that we miss now. So this is for the annual account. For the second link is the new budget, the provisional budget. So what I try to so the membership fees are very the fixed income is very easy. We have 20 votes, so we have spread it in 14, 15 members, so we have 1,000 euro. I put 0 as donation because I mean it would be much better when we have a clear SecChan outreach and finance team and comms team, all of them up and running. I'm pretty sure that mob will absolutely astonish us as he already did. About the expenses, I would like to put okay, fixed expenses. I've raised a bit the banking fees because probably we will move to a bank that has some fees, and this is totally fine. So we can afford them, and we because also we need a debit card, so we need this. LBR registration also I raise a bit because maybe we have to translate something, and so nothing about insurance and audit. IT team, I've confronted with a tech lead, and probably it will be even less, but still I put 1,000 euro there. For the chapter 2, I divided. I would try to change this, and that's why it would be better to have also a confrontation with SecChan and all his team leaders, because it would be nice to have some money for them. Every team should have, in my opinion, should have a dedicated line, a budget line. So I put 1,000 on outreach team and also 1,000 on com team, and also 1,005 hundreds on SecChan, let's say emergency expenses team. If you have any questions, I'm here for you. Thanks.
Mab, do you want to speak?
Yes, I think this is a great start. I think with a secretariat up and running, all procedures will have to be adjusted a little bit, including how you adopt your budget. So my proposal is that you send this for feedback to the secretariat so that you can take a final decision at the next board meeting. I think it's super great that you have a proposal this early. I think the secretariat will be very happy to give input. I think the IT team, currently think they might save us some money. Some money might go down there. I haven't had a chance to talk with all the other teams about the potential costs for those teams. One thing, though, in particular is the income. If you set the budgeted donations to 0, that tells the secretariat that we should aim to receive 0 donations. So you should have, or at least that it's okay for us to receive 0 donations. So you should at least either have the minimum expectation or the most likely expectation budgeted for donations. If you think we will get money, we should have a sum there. I'm super happy to discuss with the finance team and our other team so we can come up with a sum. But I would definitely already in the budget put a sum for how much money we aim to get in.
Okay, I will speak briefly before you, Alessandro. So I think that's a good idea to have the secretariat give feedback. I'm also thinking if the list of transactions you provide is satisfactory for 2025 outgoing budget, or do you think we could put together an outgoing budget for 2025 as well, so people can really read into what they voted last time and what was executed? Maybe it should be finalized close to the meeting as well. And also we have hit the 1 hour mark. So is anyone okay to continue? Or if someone has to leave, are they okay with us continuing? You can stay silent if you're all okay to pursue, by the way.
Actually, after this point, I'm sorry to say that I have to leave
I can
because
stay for another 10 minutes.
well, I mean, I can't. I mean, I should have lived 1 minute before, but I would like to reply because this is, of course, a point that regards the office I run.
Yeah, of course. But then if we have a decision on this one, would you be okay with the of business to be tackled without you?
Absolutely fine.
Okay, so then you may go ahead and answer the questions.
Yeah, so briefly, I totally second my proposals, and this was actually why I put draft everywhere, because it's not the proposal that has to be adopted by the board. It is the proposal that wants to be basically discussed here, and also I'm absolutely fine to send it to SecChan for feedback and approve it and send it to the members before the council meeting after the SecGen's feedbacks for all the. But what I mentioned here, I want you to basically approve the structure and the new idea of having a budget that has budget lines basically different from before. And also, I also agree with you, Florian, meaning that this is also a draft of the annual account. So basically, the next one will be more precise. So we exactly explicitly have every movement explained and put into the budget line that they approved, so they know where the money come and went. Thank you.
Mab?
Yes, I think there's a confusion of terminology. So the budget is what you adopt at the beginning or before the year, and that is your aim for the year. And at the end of the year, what you adopt is the annual accounts, and that is what's called annual accounts. So in the statutes, you deliver the annual accounts. You don't deliver the 2025 budget again, because that was adopted a year ago.
Oh, yes, I know, but as a courtesy, it's nice to put together what the people voted and what was executed.
I mean a comparison between the budget and
Yes.
And the annual account.
Well, Alessandro, if you need help with that, you can send everything to the finance team, and we can help doing that for you.
Okay, then just last word about the donations. You're perfectly right, Bob, but unfortunately I had no clue of what put there. That's why I put 0. I need feedbacks from you.
So yeah, I believe the proposal here would allow the Secretariat to give feedback on these specific points, as well as improve the draft generally. So unless further questions or discussions, I think we can formally move on to the approval of the proposal on line 206. Okay, thank you very much. And wishing you a nice evening, Alessandro.
Thank you, Florian. Thank you, everyone. Have a great evening, a lovely Sunday evening, and see you soon. Thanks, Map,
See you.
for your work. Ciao.
Okay, so as we agreed to pursue, we are now opening the area of a business with the first point, which is inputs for the 2026 work plan. Mab, you can go ahead.
Yes, the statutes don't really say we have to have a work plan, but it is very helpful, I think, to get that side of guidance from the council kind of implies that there should be one, I think, but it's not really written. So I think you should have a work plan adopted at the next board meeting. That will also give clear guidance to the Secretariat in advance what we're expected to do over the year. And if you decide to draft a work plan and you appoint, well, if you want to have a work plan, the Secretariat would be very happy to give input to what should be in that work plan that would cover the Secretariat.
Yeah, I agree. And as said, I will be in touch with you about it because the task is still ongoing. Does anyone else have something to share on this point?
Well, I figure if anyone else from the board has opinions of what the Secretariat should do, now is of course a good thing to give it to us so we can have that in those conversations, Florence. It doesn't only become the Secretariat that tells you what the Secretariats want to do, but also the board giving direction.
Yeah, Sarah?
Yeah. I was involved with creating this document for the past year, and I should have time again starting next week to look into this again. So maybe we can bounce some ideas and put a document together again. I mean,
Thank you very much.
We do have a roadmap to start with.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
I think you like your help will be quite welcome. So I will wrote down next week as a reminder for your availability.
Yeah, I work night shifts, and it's December, which means I will have almost nothing to do.
But this
So,
week you mean starting from the 1st of December, right?
yeah,
So
I mean, yeah, the next week is a working week for me. But because we're into December now, my night shifts are almost completely eventless, and I always have my laptop with me. So
Okay.
I might not be very responsive during the day, but in the evenings and overnight, I will be helping out with this if you like.
Yeah. For sure. Okay, thank you again, Sarah. Anything else?
That's all I had for now.
Okay, good. So now moving on to the next point, which is the 2026 board. Mab again.
Yes, I thought I would take this time to remind you that the board is elected annually and they're nominated by the member organization. So if any of you are interested in being in the next board, you should already now talk to your member organizations so that you can be nominated soon, because we will probably set up the nomination thread on Discord next week. And you have to be nominated by a member organization. So please make sure that you have that sorted out sooner rather than later if you want to stay in the board for another year. I know that some years there has been issues with board members only last minute realizing that I actually need to talk to the member organization to be nominated for another year.
Yeah, that's a worthy reminder. Thank you. Has anyone something to share on this? Then I'll move on to the last point, which is an annual report of the board for 2025. So Bob, it will be you again.
Yes, sorry, this is another thing. When I check the statutes, you're expected to do an annual report, but when you divided out tasks at the last board meeting, we forgot to divide out that task, I think. So there is no one, as far as I can see, responsible for drafting that annual report, and you need to decide on it at the next board meeting. So you might informally want to figure out who takes the lead on that.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I worked on this annual report last time, and I have created a template that should make it easier. So I'm happy to get started on that again next week.
Okay, I'm writing it down. That would be very helpful. Propose to start drafting. So on my end, I would say yes, go ahead. Matt, yes.
Yes, so a part of that report is it to contain all political and organizational developments. And I think the Secretariat counts as an organizational development. So I will be happy to get my Secretariat to contribute a part on the organizational development of the Secretariat.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. I don't have anything else to add. I think that sounds great.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I think I made sure everything is written down. Does anyone else have a last minute remark to field? I suppose not, so then the meeting is closed at 7:44. And the next meeting is indeed scheduled to be on the 28th. Okay, meeting is closed. Thank you everyone for coming and contributing.